Hey y'all, and welcome to the Ladywing Designs channel. My name is Zakia, and yeah, there should have been a screen before this for where you can find me on the web. All of that is also down below in the description box. What else? It's Wednesday, February 26th, 2020. Yeah, super early in the morning. It's only 8 a.m. I don't even know how I'm actually awake, but we're doing this. We're going to be productive today. So, yeah, welcome to everyone. Again, forgive me. I might be looking over here. I'm looking at you, but it doesn't look like I am in the camera. So, yeah, bear with me. Okay, so today, and hopefully every Wednesday, crossing our fingers, regardless, maybe it'll be every week, maybe it'll only be every month, but the goal is for Wednesdays to be a day that I film a little clip about my WIP updates. I have no idea what I'm calling this yet because I'm just going to start combining everything into one video, so this will be stitching and knitting. I don't really know what I'm going to call it yet. So far all I've got is like WIP update 1. So yeah, that's probably what'll be up there. No need for a fancy name. That's what it is. It's a WIP update. I don't have time to try to think of that. Okay, so with that being said, I'm just gonna jump in. If you have not watched the 2020 WIP parade that I did, I recorded it like a month and a half ago, but it just went up at the beginning of February. It is on the channel already. Show notes are on the blog for all of that. So, and I also did a blog post which is linked in those show notes for all of my FOs that I finished in 2019. So, if you want to recap, go check out that video, that blog post. Yeah, so basically we're just gonna start with what I've worked on since January. So, okay, well, lies. So we're actually gonna do finishes first because I have a couple. So this is actually from 2019. This is, it's been so long I can't even remember. Holly Jolly Peppermint Wreath. It's out of the 2019 Just Cross Stitch ornament issue. And yeah, I did this. I already did a blog post on it. It's up. I'll make sure it's linked. Yeah, but I did this for as like a family ornament for our tree this year because we actually put the tree up. We actually did gifts for each other and all of that. We haven't done that in years, like a very long time. Yeah, so and it went really well. It was good. So that doesn't mean I like Christmas any more than I used to, but it was good. So yeah, this is on 32 count pearl gray Belfast. It's a gray. I think it's pearl gray. I just got it off of 123 Stitch. And I changed up the colors to match the decoration scheme that my mom wanted to do this year, which was red, silver, and gold. So the bow actually had two different colors here and two different colors there. I just made it one color for each. Nobody had time for all that. I changed these parts in the wreath also had two colors. There were two reds and a gray and then white on the inside. I just did a gray or a silver. I think it's the one that's charted. This is the red that's the outside red that's charted. And I added the year in there. And I love it. It turned out pretty well. Clearly did not make it on the tree. I only grabbed that one because it was next to this one when I picked it up. But I will make sure that I link the ornaments post, FO post that I did on the blog so you can see all of the personal ones that I did if you haven't seen them already. So now to 2020. After I uploaded finally the WIP parade for this year, I was editing and all of that and realized that I didn't have, I think I went to like check the designer or something of who designed this pattern, and I realized I didn't have a WIP page. And I was like, I'm not making a WIP page for this. Like, I'm just not. Because I knew that I was probably going to try to finish it up soon anyway, so I just went ahead and finished them. And I'm totally like, it looks like I'm looking way off. I promise I'm looking at the tablet. Okay. So I did 2 of these guys. These, I call them Happy Santas. The name of the okay, I just saw this in the screen and we need to talk about this. Look at what I did last night. What is this? I was trying to break, don't ask. It was a dumb decision all around. But anyway, I was trying to break like my actual nail under the acrylic, and the acrylic popped off. Like, I was very surprised. I was like, wait, no, that's my nail. Like, yeah. I still have it sitting over there as a little piece. I really thought about just gluing it back on, but it's okay. It's fine. Anyway, yeah, so that happened. If you happen to catch that, you're like, what the heck is going on with your nail? Anyway, whatever. Okay, I call these Happy Santas, but the name of the actual pattern is Fluffy Santa, and it's by Lucy Heaton. Yes, okay, I forgot to say this. This one is by Loohoo Stitches, Cynthia Young. And this one, out of the same magazine, the ornament issue from last year, from Just Cross Stitch. This one is Fluffy Santa from Lucy Heaton Cross Stitch Designs. And I did 2 different reds. I think you can tell that there. I think this is 817 and this is 321. Yeah. It was basically a stash dive. The blues are all different. So I changed the skin tone, and then I don't know if you guys can see the back stitching on there. It's just around his face, which you probably can't see, and then he has like these little beard. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's there. The picture's on Instagram or on the blog. Yeah, and then so the big difference is that you're supposed to use a wool for this white, and that's why it's called Fluffy Santa. I wasn't doing all that. I just used white. So those will be for my best friends. Wonderful. Okay. WIPs. Moving on. Okay, so the first thing that I started this year, remember in the WIP parade, I was like, oh yeah, I've already got a new start. This is that start. My needle minders are sticking together. So first of all, actually, let's just do this. Okay, so the pattern. One thing at a time. So, whoa, that's a whole nother thing I have to talk about. Completely forgot this. Okay. We're going to gloss over this only because it's been a month and a half. Almost 2 months now. And it was great. I just, it's been so long and I don't remember details anyway. I have some haul from there. Maybe I'll do that in another video. Maybe that's what we'll talk about Sunday. Anyway, so I went to my first ever cross-stitch retreat. It was in Huntsville, Alabama, so only a couple hours north of here. And it was put on by Katrina Boyd of, I don't remember. But I will link her. I don't remember her shop name. That's horrible. She has a floss tube now. She did start a floss tube. It's the Pajama Stitcher here on YouTube. I'll make sure that I link all her stuff. But she puts on several retreats, mostly in the Southeast. Yeah, anyway, so I found out about her website and wasn't really sure, and then found it again months later and had heard about the retreat, or saw the Huntsville retreat, and was like, I can actually do that. Let's do it. So I did. It was super fun. Like I said, maybe we'll talk about it someday so I can talk about it a little bit more in depth. But I got to meet some really great people, and there was, of course, a little shopping area set up so you could buy patterns and fabric and bags, all of which I bought. Yeah, so maybe I'll go through that another day. But it was super great. That happened like the second weekend of January. So this ended up being my retreat purchase and start. I bought the fabric and the pattern there. So this is HL's Moth by Kathy Barrick. And the fabric it's on, I mean, it's a bit warmer, but I know that this camera's colors they seem to be a little bit more muted, so it's basically showing up true to color though. It's perfect for me. So this is, when you can see all the good modeling up there that I'm saving, you'll notice I'm working the moth on the other side on purpose. Anyway, so the fabric is 14 count Anubis from Under the Sea Fabrics. So this is also my first Under the Sea fabric. And it's 14 count, but it's dyed, so it's more like a 16 count, so I can handle it. If you've been around a while, you might know that I don't like 14 count. Ada cannot stitch on it. I can, but I won't enjoy it the whole time. Yeah, so let me actually show you where I got to on the project. Yeah, so that's where I am. I haven't touched this since sometime in January, but I would like to get back to it. It's really fun to work. So I think I'm almost done with this green on this side, and then I'm going to do everything on the other side. Yes, of course, I am color completing. I'm also stitching this one in hand, which I really, oh hey, that's more accurate, that color. I don't know how my camera just adjusted. Maybe it's not. Okay, anyway, doesn't matter. So, yeah, I'm stitching this one in hand, which I haven't done in a while, and I'm really enjoying it. So, there's the colorway, Anubis. Both of these needle minders I also got at the retreat from Brenda. She's Brenda's Minders and More. I will link her Facebook group. So I got that butterfly because no. This I got offline. I ordered I don't know if this needle minder is up here. It's not. I don't know what project it's on either. Not that one. Okay, anyway, I don't know where the needle minder is, but you guys might know what I'm talking about, the like geometric one, and it has like pink and like peach on there. Anyway, so my mom saw that and really wanted it. I found it on Etsy, that one and a blue one that was very similar, and I ordered them for her. And while I was there, I also saw this in that shop. I'll link it below, or it'll be linked in the show notes, not below. The show notes will be linked below. Yeah, so I got that for me. And then this one I got from the retreat from Brenda's Minders and More. She will also be linked, and obviously it's a turkey. I could not. Mostly because the facial expression is just like, okay. I had to have it. So, HL's Moth. I'm using the suggested DMC conversion. It's charted in APIs. One of the next projects that I worked on, I've been holding in this Bags Plus 90 pocket Floss Buddy. Is this a Floss Buddy Pro? Michelle, will you remind me? I don't remember. They all have different names and stuff. I just don't remember. It's a 90 pocket Floss Buddy. I'll show you this for those of you that maybe haven't seen them. They're made by Karina in the UK. Her company is Bags Plus. I'll make sure all the links are in the blog post. Yeah, wonderful. All my little stickers are like falling off. I'm just, oh, fucking wonderful. Okay. bleep if you heard that. Whatever. I don't care. Anyway. All the, like, I don't even know how long that's been sticking there, and the adhesive just, like, came off. It's fine. So, okay. That's a DMC list. Anyway, so what I've been working on is Egyptian elephant. So I don't remember how much of this I had done in the WIP parade. I did make sure to I did make sure in the WIP parade to put in a picture of where I was on the first, because I started this was my New Year's start that I started before the New Year. I actually started it on December 29th, mostly because I couldn't wait anymore, but I was like, hey, I should start it on the 29th, like next year is, the whole leap year thing, so it kind of fits. Um, yeah, so this is Egyptian Elephant, okay, from Heaven and Earth Designs, Hade. The artwork is by Marjorie Sarnat, and this is where I've gotten. This is 4,002 stitches. I stopped as soon as I reached a park for Full Coverage Fanatics, the National Parks Challenge. I'm really enjoying it. I haven't worked on it since then, like the middle of January, but I think its time is coming back around. Yeah, needle minder. I don't remember. If I can find it on my Etsy purchases, I will. Grime Guard from Silver Moon Sewing, and this is on 28 count, 1/1 full cross. Okay, I'll tie this up later. Where's my phone? Because that's where all my notes are. Okay. So, next, let me take my pattern off here, is the castle. So I showed you in the WIP parade that at the end of 2019, I finished the first 14 pages, which is the first 2 rows. You can see row 2 right there. Another Silver Moon Sewing Grime Guard. So, most of this, I'm pretty sure, yeah, most of this I did during the retreat. This was super simple, just, color fill in. The castle's always good for that. Mostly because this was sky, as you can see. This page 16, which I actually started before page 15, but anyway, that's a whole other thing. Yeah, this is where the castle is coming in, so that's super fun. It's going to be interesting. You can see I haven't really worked on it, because I'm really not looking forward to all of that, but it has to happen at some point, so we're going to make it happen. I honestly am thinking about transferring this to parking for these 2 rows, just because it'll give me some type of structure for working on it, and I think it'll make it go a little faster. So I'm actually thinking about changing another full coverage to parking too, so I really might do that for the castle though, because I really need to make some progress on this. So yeah, you'll see that I have pages 15 and 16 gridded already, so they are kind of my focuses right now, and then I would like to start working on a 3rd page soon. So the castle, the motivation so far for the castle for working on it this year has come from WIPGO, which is another Facebook group. It's the brainchild of Jessie Marie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff, and it's basically bingo but with your WIPs. You set goals, so when whichever of them is called, you're like, okay, I'm going to try to reach this goal in the month, but obviously you have all year to reach that goal, or not obviously, you have all year to reach that goal, and try to get a bingo on your board by completing goals. So yeah, because I am trying, my goal for the castle this year is another 2 rows. of pages, which is another 14 pages. So to like try to motivate myself with that, I put 8 of those 14 pages on my WIP Go board for the castle. The castle alone has 8 pages on there, which shouldn't be a big deal because each page is like 25, less than 2,500 stitches if it's a full page. So it shouldn't be a big deal. Um, there are 8 pages on that board, and I'm kind of like, why'd you do that? Anyway, so that's the castle. 16 count, white Ada, full cross. So next up, are you sensing a theme? There's a lot of full coverage happening, isn't there? I know. Full coverage is supposed to be my focus this year. It's kind of come back to my focus with my most recent start, but for a little while we totally got off there. With HL Moth, and then I put it down, and then another project happened, and I put it down now, so we're kind of back at it. So another park, I'll have to put in a picture. I don't know if I'll want to do that later, but anyway, there might be a picture here of Thanksgiving, so that you can see pages 1 and 2. Page 1 was already done, but I did finish page 2 right at the beginning of February. I could have had it done on the 31st of January, but I think I'd like decided to go to my boyfriend's apartment that night. I was like, I don't care. So it got done right at the beginning of February. And this is where I stopped. So you can see I've come down, and there is a page 3. It's a partial. There's 3, 6, 9 over here. It's 9 pages total. So I decided to move down and and work on page 4 and 5, and then I will move down with these parked threads because 7 and 8 are also partial pages. So I will move down and work pages 7 and 8 and be done so that I can clip off all of these parked threads, because these, theoretically will get pulled down into 7 and 8, blah blah blah. So then I'll just be finished with that, and then the plan is to come back over here and work page 3, 6, and 9 just straight down. So yeah, that's where I've gotten. This is the edge of the cornucopia. This is the start of the ear of corn. That's an apple. I'm super excited. This is the grass on the field. What? I've finally reached the grass, people. I'm so excited. So yeah, this one will be coming back out super soon. Probably, I think I'm just going to wait until the beginning of March, which is Sunday. It's not like it's that far off, but it was supposed to come back out this week. I don't think it's gonna. What else? So that's on 22 count Ada from Loops and Threads. 1/1 full cross. All of my full coverage I do full cross. I just prefer that. Okay, and then I didn't talk about all my needle minders, but you'll see these projects again. There's a ton of needle minders on here. This one pretty much holds my needles so that they don't get all tangled up in the floss, and as you can see, the other 3 help keep me sane with all of the threads on there. If you've never heard of the parking method or you've never tried it, I recommend you looking it up, maybe trying it once. And it doesn't have to be for full coverage projects. People park on like HL's Moth, like it's not a full coverage piece, but actually, wow. Actually, I don't know. Well, I guess you technically wouldn't count this as full coverage, but the Moth itself is full coverage. Okay, anyway. Not important. Thanksgiving. So then, this happened. So you will have seen in the WIP parade that this was barely started. It was my Halloween start last year. This is Dead Man's Chess from Plum Street Samplers. And the biggest change that I'm making to this is that I'm not doing this gray part, all you fill in all of this around the board with gray. Not happening. Partially because not happening, and partially because I want my fabric to show through. So I pulled this back out. I think I just needed like simple stitching, don't have to think about it. So I pulled this out because I knew it only, like I was just going to be working with the black for a while to get some of the outline done. So that came back out, and because it was exactly what I needed, I kind of got addicted to it, and I thought I was going to get a little bit more than this done, but I didn't, and that's okay. So this is 36 count Willow from Picture This Plus. You can see I wrote that on there so I remember. I bought this from Kitten Stitcher from her website. So this is where I am. This is across the entire piece. The pattern is charted for, and it was stitched on 32 count, which is supposed to give you like the size of a standard board so you could play. This is on 36 count and it's hand dyed, so it's going to be a little bit smaller, but I think it'll still be perfectly big enough to find pieces that I can use. I might have to find some smaller checkers, but chest pieces I feel like I'll be fine. So, oh hey, there's that needle minder. This is the one that I was talking about, the geometric one that I have, and my mom loved it, and I happened to find this one and a blue one that is similar. It's got 2 shades of blue on it. So I got that for her, and then I ordered that butterfly needle minder that I was showing you. So anyway, this is across the entire width of the piece, and you can see that I finished all the black on page 1. So, yeah, like, this is what this is basically parking. I have left my threads in the fabric waiting for me to come back to them. It's basically parking. Granted, this piece is technically full coverage. If you, like, stitch all the gray and stuff, it's a full coverage piece. So, whatever. It won't be for me, but still. You can still park. It doesn't have to be full coverage. So, yeah, like I said, got all the black done for page 1. Parked threads. I'll be coming back to this at some point. I really don't know when. Maybe this will be my dark 13 stitching every month. I mean, I did start it specifically on and for Halloween, so maybe I'll do that using the called for DMC on that one. Okay, I think this is the last project. Well, cross stitch wise. So, okay, note to self, this thing will stop recording after 30 minutes. Good to know. So, anyway, I'm so glad I looked up just then. I would have been talking and like not even realized. Anyway, so this is my most recent start. Where's my pattern picture? You will recognize this cover if you watch Caroline at Off the Grid Needle Lights. She is working on Savan. This is the last one out of the series that she's doing. There's the entire Tapesta Pillows collection. Yeah, so this is Arjesh. So it's actually the companion to the one that she's doing. She showed her finished product of Arjesh on her floss tube one day, and I had to have it. These colors they just match my decorating scheme. It's perfect. So I started this last week, 2 weeks now. Yeah, 2 weeks now. And I'm really enjoying it. It's super pretty. And it's very much like the castle in that it's just block colors. I mean, I do have to look at the pattern to make sure that I'm like, doing all the rows right and stuff, but it's not difficult. It's very simple. It's really fun to work on. So this is on 18 count white Aida, 2/1 full cross. This is actually a full coverage piece. if you look at this, those parts that look like they're white, they're actually a cream. Yeah. And this is charted in DMCs. So, yeah, it's a full coverage piece, but I'm actually really excited about that because I love full coverage. So this is where I am so far. Last night I just got to over 2,000 stitches, so I'm halfway through a park. This needle minder I saw on 1884 Stitchery, and it was abstract, so I was like, yeah, you have to have that. And then when I started this project, it was really perfect. Grime Guard from Fat Girl Sewing. Okay, knitting whips. Let's speed through these because I have a few other things to show you. So, socks. Oh, I have another finished object. I have no idea where they are. I finished another pair of socks. I'll have to... Crap, where are they? Oh, I bet you they're in the bedroom because they're dirty. Okay, that's fine. I'll show them to you later. So anyway, I finished a pair of socks out of some beautiful rainbow yarn that might spark your memory if you happen to see them on Instagram. So anyway, I finished socks, and then of course I started new ones, and I thought that I would have these done by Mardi Gras, but spoiler alert, yesterday was Fat Tuesday, and they're clearly not done. I didn't even work on these yesterday like I wanted to. So I started some 3x1 rib socks. So 3 knits, 1 purl. Not doing a specific pattern, just 3 knits, 1 purl. I always do 2x2 rib on my cuff, 2 knits, 2 purls, 2x2. Yeah, so then I switched to 3x1 for the leg, did that all the way around, just carrying it on the top for the foot. I actually did an Eye of Partridge heel on this one. I usually just do a plain old slip stitch heel. This time I did an Eye of Partridge and my gussets. I am going to be doing from now on the Dutch heel or the square heel. I just really like the way that it works up. It's super easy and it fits my foot well. So that's what I'm going to be doing. This needle minder, nope, Progress Keeper is from my beloved Adoria. We're going to try this again because 3rd time's the charm, and because I didn't realize I needed to delete a bunch of stuff off my tablet. I also need to just have it save all my stuff to my SD card again because that would be smart. Anyway, so we were talking about the sock. My beloved Adoria, Tigger Butt, Chowgoo Mini Twist needles is what I always use for my socks. US 00, which is a 1.75 millimeter. Yeah, that's that. Oh, should probably tell you the yarn. That would be good. This yarn is Hippo for Mardi Gras, 2018, from Lolo Did It. It's gray and it has green and yellow and purple, obviously, Mardi Gras colors, speckles, and then there's actually also some pinks over in there. Yeah, you can kind of see it. So that's that sock. My other sock, I usually have 2 socks on the needles. I might get a 3rd pair of needles, I'm not sure. I only have 2 sets of needles in the size that I use on purpose so that I will not cast on all the socks. So this pair, I'm actually on the 2nd sock. This is the Hermione's Everyday Sock Pattern by Erica Luder. Ta-da. I've never actually worked the pattern like by the pattern. I think it hates me. I don't know what's going on, but I have like 30 minutes to finish this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Hermione's everyday sock. Good gravy. So usually I just borrow the stitch pattern and like flipped it and worked it toe up. This time I'm actually working it cuff down. I did the heel instructions and everything. Yeah, so 2x2 cuff again. This is just a regular slip stitch heel with the garter stitches like she has in the pattern. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. Heel turn. I always, and I didn't even show this on the other socks, but when I do my heel turns, I keep going with the slip stitch pattern. Um, that's not just plain stockinette. So that just like this won't wear through very quickly because of the slip stitches, this won't either. Yeah. So the yarn, so that's the first sock. That's what it's gonna look like. This is the second sock. Still working on the leg. And the yarn is a sock set from Dragon Horde Yarn. This is her Anticipation sock set because it's Rocky Horror inspired. I've been holding this for a couple years and just, yeah, finally got around to it. So that's the mini that she dyed. You can see that well, maybe you can see, there are red speckles in there, and the red matches that. I'm keeping this one in my Slytherin sock bag from Crochet 1 Knit 2. And I'm going to have a lot of shops to list. Support. And then this is in a little sock bag. It has a handle. It snaps. It's wonderful. I usually will, when I'm working on it, I will close it and make the yarn come from the center. That way I can, yeah, I take this to walk and knit and all of that. This is a gift that I got from a friend. It's Diana Couture. Okay, the other knitting WIP that I have, while we're talking about bags, is being held in a Manacori Creations bag. This is my Shusui shrug. You will have seen this Sunday with me working on it. Okay, this is the right side. So, it's all bunched up on the needles because I refuse to get a bigger needle. Yeah, but this is where I am so far. So the yarn over holes, which you can see through right there, that runs down your arm. I'm super excited. So it's a shrug. I basically think of it as a cardigan, because whatever. Yeah, the pattern is by Suzanne Summer, Sosu Knits on Instagram. And that's kinda, I mean, kinda. I folded it where it'll be at my arms. So these are, you can see that those are the fronts with some brioche there. And then the back has garter and that giant brioche section in the center. So yeah, I am close to, no, I'm over. I should be over 400 stitches. So I just have 20 more stitches to increase. Oh, whoops. I should probably, okay. So I have 20 more stitches to increase, 3 rows left to do, and then I will be ready to separate for the sleeves. I thought I was going to get there last night, but I was really tired, so that's fine. Yeah. So this is the right side. If you've ever worked a brioche before, you know there's a right side and a wrong side, and they're kind of reversible. Each color gets its chance to show off. This is 2-color brioche. So you can see on this side, I have a lighter color peeking through. That is this one, Gingerbread Man from Hypnotic Yarn. And my foreground color right now is Vivid Yarn Studio in Melted Crayon. I love it. I'm totally going to wear this for Pride. I'm going to wear it all the time, period, but it's definitely going to be my Pride garment. Yeah, I really love this side of it. I kind of hate that that's going to be on the inside, but it's okay. Yeah, so those are the first two colors that I am using. This pattern calls for 800 yards of both colors, and you need a little bit for the I-cord bind off at the bottom. Yeah, so anyway, that's the first two colors that I'm using. And then I have a little bit more of the gingerbread, or not a little bit, I have more of the gingerbread in order to keep going with it until this is used up. I think that's what I'm going to do, just so I can make sure I don't run out of my light color yarn, because this one is only 400 yards. It doesn't really matter. Basically, I'm not going to go through the yardage and stuff. But yeah, just trying to not run out of yarn. So the next light color is going to be Lavender Loom Yarn Co. in Dances with Wolves. Got a lot of rainbow colors in there. And then this gorgeous thing will be the next background color, which is Beach Bum Yarn in Oh Dear. Deer like the animal. Yeah. So that is my Shisui Shrug. I am knitting this on Clover Takumi needles. They're the first ever set I bought. They're wooden. You can buy them at Michael's or Joann's. Okay, yeah. So, quickly, let's go through this other stuff. So that was all of my WIPs. Okay, so haul. Crap, I forgot to go get other stuff. Okay, I'll show you the other two later. Let's do this first because we're still talking about yarn. So, I forgot to go get the other two. This is gorgeous. That's showing up perfectly. So I signed up at the end of 2019. I signed up for the Quotable Dumbledore sock club from Lolo Did It. You can see her website and her name there. Lolo Did It. And basically every month, there are 13 months. She started with December 2019, and then we get one for every month in 2020. And she takes a quote from Dumbledore, of course. There's so many good quotes from that man. Yeah, and then she dyes up a skein of yarn inspired by it. And what I love is that each month, the mini is this gorgeous shade of brown, and then she includes speckles of the main color. So the first one was a purple, the second one was a pink, and then this is February's. And when February's got here and I opened it, this has to happen soon. So this will be my next pair of socks. I'm hoping to finish my anticipation socks soon. I'm on the second sock. I need to just hurry up and get it done. And then I'm going to cast this on. I don't know yet if I'm going to do a pattern or what. Probably will. I just need this on my needles. It's gorgeous. So yeah. So I got my February installment. Hopefully I didn't just like ruin that for anybody. Super sorry if I did. Other bits of haul. I saw this when McKenna put it up. What is that? Oh, it's just wrinkles in the plastic. So this is a pattern from 1884 Stitchery, McKenna, stitching in sequins. It's called Shadows, and I don't know why. I'm not usually into this type of pattern scheme, but I just had to have it. So it says, shadows in the morning mist, phantoms in the fog, echoes in the murky light that bounce around the bog. From the chasms in my mind where darker creatures dwell, I looked into the deep abyss and caught a glimpse of hell. I think the fact that there are words, and I love stitching words, they stitch up quickly, and then this little tombstone and the tree, like, I don't know why, but I just want to stitch that so bad. Yeah, at first I was like, I think I'm just going to buy the pattern for this. Yeah, I might have to stitch that a little bit twice, and just stitch the tree and the tombstone. I just love it. So I bought that. I will get to start that. So I think I'm going to do that on the other side of this fabric. but I'm not allowed to start it yet. I need to probably finish some WIP Go stuff before I do that. Oh, and then the other thing for haul, and this will also lead us into plans, which is the last little bit that I needed to talk about, and then we're done here. So Alma, Alma's Little Wonders, if you watch her, Alma and I, we talk fairly frequently, and she found Mystic Stitch when they were having a sale. You got, I think it was like 2 patterns for $10 or something. Yeah, so we had to do that. And we were thinking, let's start a pattern together. We have, she has a Hogwarts castle. They're not the exact same pattern, but they're close to the same image. They're both Hogwarts castle at night. We're at about the same spot in them. She's like kicking my butt though. She's working on Hogwarts way more than I'm working on mine. Anyway, so she was like, hey, let's do another pattern together. Like, let's purposely start this one together. So we decided on Change of Seasons 2. I don't remember if they had up there who the artwork was by. Anyway, so we're doing that one. I still need to grid my fabric. Today's Wednesday. Okay, so we were going to start on March the 1st, and then we were like, or Alma said, how about we start on February the 29th instead? We can do a leap day start and give ourselves until the next leap year, the next leap day, to finish it. Well, side note, we did the math the other day. That means like 48,000 stitches a year, which is just under that. It's like 921 stitches every week. Don't know if that's gonna happen, but okay. Yeah, so I mean, it's just white fabric, not much to see. I don't really know why I unfolded it, but I'm doing this on 25 count, and I got antique white Lugana. We'll see. I just figured it would be a bit better than like a stark white. So that's what we're going with, 25 count. I don't really know why I put that out. It's just fabric. You guys know what fabric looks like. One of the main colors on page 1 is 3856. I think we need 5 skeins. I got 3. I'm just going to start with that page for a bit. So the pen that I use, or pencil that I use to grid, is a Bowen mechanical chalk pencil. This is what it looks like. It has an eraser, and you can see my lead. I use green lead. There's blue, red, maybe, I don't think there's gray. Don't think there's gray. It immediately comes with, here's the packaging. You can get it on Amazon. It comes, when you buy the pen, it comes with white chalk, and you have to buy another replacement pack of the other colors. So I got the green. Yeah, that's what I used to grid. So I need to sit down and grid before Saturday so we can get that started. And I'm going to be keeping my floss. Oh, I need to find a needle minder too. I'm going to be keeping my floss in this new floss buddy. Oh my gosh. So my mom saw, what time am I at? Okay. So my mom saw, upside down, saw my floss buddy from Karina. I have several, and she's seen all of them from when I go home and everything. And she's always like, wow, that's super cool. I would love something like that. My mom also, sorry y'all, I'm like fixing my sock and stuff. So my mom also cross stitches, but she does it more for her card making. She hasn't started like cross stitching on fabric yet or anything. And she's big in, whereas I'm like very fiber oriented, she is very paper oriented. So, you know, scrapbooking, card making, journaling, planning, all that stuff. That's my mom's gig. And her planner that she's using this year is an A5 size, and she wanted something that was A5 size. So she had this idea, and I messaged Michelle about it and was like, Michelle Bendy. Um, if you didn't know, she's the U.S. distributor for Floss Buddies, so check her out for when she has new shipments. But I messaged Michelle and I was like, could Karina do a custom order? And my mom literally knew what, like, she knew what she wanted. So I told that to Michelle. Michelle asked about it with Karina, passed it on and everything. And Karina said, sure, I can do that. My mom just wanted two, like, gray ones. So she actually, Karina had some gray fabric, and my mom has that one. And then when, it was like, no, we can totally do that, I said, I want one. Duh. So, and then Michelle was so in love with the idea that she was like, well, I also need one. And Michelle and I wanted to have matching fabrics. So, of course, Michelle looked up all this butterfly fabric, and she let me pick which one I like the best. And when I asked my mom, this is actually blowing out. It's it's more yellow. The background is even a bit more like vintagey looking. But anyway, um, maybe I'll take a picture and put it in here. So yeah, so then I asked my mom, and she also wanted the butterfly fabric with us. So the three of us right now are the only ones that have this butterfly fabric. So I'll show you the fabric. I love it. I love it. Oh, I love it. And it's yellow. The little ribbons are yellow. Like, yeah. Pretty sure she did that to match the fabric and not because she knew my favorite color was yellow. But whatever. I'll tell myself whatever I need. So, the name of this floss buddy is the Angela, which is my mom's name. So since it was her idea, they named it after her. I'm totally tearing up. It's fine. So I just think it's so stinking awesome. So she wanted sections for her floss. So at first, these actually were turned the other direction. They were going vertical. But I really like that Karina changed them to being horizontal. No, lies. They were going, like, the pockets were, it was two columns of six, like, going down, and you would put the flosses in from the top. Now the pockets are on the side. I actually like that much better. There's a little pin loop, a zipper pouch for this side. Yeah. Oh, that's just the cover for the zipper pouch. So, yeah, there's a zipper over there so you can keep stuff in, which I'll keep one of these out because I have to wind up a bobbin, but I'm going to be keeping those flosses over there, and then my bobbin will go over here. So yeah, that's what I'm going to use for change of seasons. So yeah, huge shout out to Karina and Michelle for making that happen for my mom. I cannot tell you how often she was like, have you talked to Michelle? Have you heard anything? Are they on their way? Did Michelle send the fabric? Like, and it was fine. She wasn't like trying to get me to rush people along or anything. She was just so excited about it. So yeah, that's super great. I don't know what Karina's plan is for those as far as like taking orders, or if she's gonna just like have some in Michelle's next shipment. No idea. But yeah, there's a new little item for you. It's super exciting. So, okay. I think that's it. I'm gonna go because I have like 20 minutes and then I need to leave. Okay, so yeah, thanks for hanging out today. Hopefully this will be up sometime on a Wednesday. Yeah, if anyone has any ideas for what to call these, let me know. Like, if you just think of a good name that you have, let me know. Leave it in a comment, hit me up on Insta. But it'll probably just be WIP update because that's what it is. And these need to be a lot shorter. Hopefully they will be now that we're kind of on the same page. So on that note, everyone have a fantastic week, and I will see you Sunday. Bye, y'all.